Namaste, Amisha Koshawabitia. My name is JVN Dr. Vishal Saxena. I am Associate Professor in Mathematics in Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take a lecture on the module Assembly Line Practice. This module is a part of the course Operation Research and in the program of BBA and BBA Law 6th semester under the Faculty of Law and Governance. So the topic is here for assembly line and assembly line is an important part of the operation research. So we see this part here today. An assembly line is a manufacturing process often called a progressive assembly in which parts usually interchangeable parts are added as semi-finished assembly moves from workstation to workstation, means from one workstation to another workstation, and where the parts are added in sequence until the final assembly is produced. By mechanically moving the parts to assembly work and moving the semi-finished assembly from workstation to another workstation, a finished product can be assembled faster and with less labor than by having workers carry parts to a stationary piece for assembly. Assembly lines are common methods of assembling complex items such as automobiles and other transportation equipments, household applications, appliances and electronic goods. Workers in change of the works of assembly lines are called assembler. So workers in change of the works of assembly line are known as assembler. Assembly lines are designed for the sequential organization of workers, tools or machines and parts. The motion of workers is minimized to the extent possibly. All parts of the assemblies are handled either by conveyors or motorized vehicles such as forklifts or the gravity with no manual trucking. Heavy lifting is done by machines such as overhead cranes or the forklifts. Each worker typically performs one simple operation. So each worker typically performs only one simple operation. Now we take the next part is here as the principles of assembly. The first point in the principle, place the tools and the man in the sequence of the operation so that each component part shall travel the least possible distance while in the processing of finishing. The second is use work sites or some other form of carrier so that when a workman completes his operation, he drops the part always in the same place, which place must always be the most convenient place to his hand, and if possible have gravity carry the part to the next workman for his own. The third, use sliding assemblies lines by which the parts to be assembled are delivered at convenient distances. Now we take example. Consider the assembly of a car. Assume that the certain steps in the assembly line are to install the engine, install the hood and install the wheels in that order with arbitrary interstitial steps. Only one of these steps can be done at a time. In traditional production, only one car would be assembled at a time. If engine installation takes 20 minutes, hood installation takes 5 minutes, and the wheels installation takes 10 minutes, then a car can be produced every 35 minutes, a long time. In an assembly line, car assembly is split between several stations, all working simultaneously. When a station is finished with a car, it passes it on to the next. By having three stations, three cars can be operated on at the same time, each at a different stage of assembly. After finishing its work on the first car, the engine installation crew can begin working on the second car. While the engine installation crew work on the second car, the first car can be moved to the hood station and fitted with a hood, then to the wheels station and be fitted with wheels. After the engine has been installed on the second car, the second car moves to the hood assembly. At the same time, the third car moves to the engine assembly. When the third car's engine has been mounted, it then can be moved to the hood station. Meanwhile, the subsequent cars, if any, can be moved to the engine installation station. Assuming no loss of the time when moving a car from the one station to another, the longest stage on the assembly line determines the throughput. 20 minutes for the engine installation, so a car can be produced every 20 minutes. Once the first car taking 35 minutes has been produced, so it means the assembly line procedure saves so much time, and it would be beneficial for the industry, and that's why it is very important part of the subject. And in the present time, if it is used, then it can save the time and the cost. Now, assembly line methods. So first, modular assembly. This is an advanced assembly line method that is designed to improve throughput by increasing the efficiency of parallel sub-assembly lines feeding into the final assembly line. Now, cell manufacturing. This production method has evolved out of increased ability of machines to perform multiple tasks. Cell operators can handle 3 or 4 tasks, and robots are used for the such operations as materials handling and welding. Cells of machines can be run by one operator or a multi-person work cell. Next method is team production. Team-oriented production is another development in assembly line methods. So these are the methods for the assembly line, where workers used to work at one or the 2-person workstations and perform repetitive tasks. Now team of workers can follow a job down the assembly line through its final quality checks. The team production approach has been hailed by supporters as one that creates greater worker involvement in the manufacturing process and the knowledge of the system. U-shaped assembly line. A line may not be most efficient shape in which to organize an assembly line. On a U-shaped line or the curve, workers are collected on the inside of the curve and communication is easier than along the length of the straight line. So it means that is the shape of the U shape. Assemblers can see each process, what is coming and how fast, and one person can perform multiple operations in this assembly. As the new assembly line methods are introduced into the manufacturing processes, business managers look at the techniques for possible application to other areas of business. One such application is called Joint Application Development, or JAD. It is a process originally developed for designing a computer-based system. It brings together those working in business areas and those working in the information technology area into a single workshop. So that is the JDA, and JDA means Joint Application Development. In a similar way, the fundamentals of assembly line theory have been applied to the business processes with success. These new methods of organizing work all share the common goal of the improving throughput by reducing the amount of time individual workers and their machines spend on specific tasks. So this session is powered by the digital version 2, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope all you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve your doubts and problems. So today in today's lecture we have studied about the assembly line. It is a very important part of operation research, and you have seen in the lecture that it is how important this one is in the business industry and in the present time. So it is also a very important part of the subject operation research. So with this I conclude my today's lecture. Thank you.